We interview everyday people like yourself that uplift and empower, shifting the narrative of news from a traditional negative experience to more impactful.
On your website that you lost your grandmother to diabetes and that kind of kickstarted your journey. And
Mhm.
that's a little bit of the physical side of it. But what else does fitness mean to you?
Um, so even before when I was a little girl, I remember, I'm not exactly sure how old I was, but I know I was pretty small. And there was this, you're pretty young, you might not remember this, but there was a workout show called the Richard Simmons Show. And he did 30-minute workouts, hour workouts at 5 in the morning. And I remember getting up every morning to work out with Richard Simmons. And I was in the dark because I didn't want to wake up the house, but I just was dedicated even then to fitness because it just felt good, to be moving. And so I would say that it's always kind of been just a part of me. My family, my parents were always really active. They were athletes in school, so I kind of just naturally got it. Um, but as far as Black and Fit goes, like you said, you read on my website about me losing my grandmother to diabetes. And before she passed away, she was going to lose a leg. And I realized then, this really doesn't have to be, if she, had, changed her diet some. And I understand, the older generation, was, kind of forced to eat a certain way, but I said, that doesn't have to be. So it was from then on that I said, I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to really work on this, try to be proactive. I think I was in my early 20s um, when I decided to stop eating meat and just really embrace a healthier lifestyle. Um, yes, that's kind of what it means to me, what it started out as.
So obviously, as the name states, Black and Fit, what
Mhm.
did you see that was lacking within the Black community in order to make that your target audience?
Mhm. So, I've always believed, like I said, that this might be a little controversial, but I've always said that healthcare starts at home. It's really necessary, of course, to have health insurance for emergencies, but I think that caring for your health starts with you at home. Choosing to exercise, choosing to move, choosing to eat healthier, drink your water, take your vitamins, just leading that healthy lifestyle. So I've always said healthcare, starts at home. And so I've started this journey with Black and Fit mainly because a friend of mine started a website, or actually she started a newsletter, and she wanted to do have a focus, part of the focus on something called the wellness corner. She wanted to focus on health, and she knew that I was, that that's my lifestyle. I kind of lived and breathed healthy, health and wellness. And so she asked me if I could kind of head up that section. And she said, you know, we might not be able to compensate you right away, but we'll at least, direct any traffic wherever you want to go, wherever you want it to go. And so in a weekend, I built Black and Fit. Um, the coronavirus pandemic really made me realize that there was really a need for Black people to take more, uh, ownership of their health. It's because we've been dying at disproportionate rates compared to white Americans or other Americans because we have these comorbidities, which is diabetes, the high blood pressure, those types of ailments that make it even worse, or our you know risk of dying from COVID even greater. And so when the pandemic started, I said, what, this is really something that's needed and necessary. I wanted to be able to provide resources for Black people, um, focus on some of those ailments that particularly plague the Black community. Like I said, the diabetes and high blood pressure and those types of things.
And what year was this that you got started with Black and Fit and kind of started to take off with it?
This was actually the end of 2019 is when I actually started the website. And from then on, I've um, part of the newsletter is it's a 5-day newsletter. It's actually on a platform called sibylwilkes.com. Every day, there's a new article on the Wellness Corner. So every day since 2019, Monday through Friday, we've been providing content, a new piece of content. We focus on 5 different areas. We do yoga, nutrition, healthy living, which is also like green living, workouts, and mental health. And so our focus is, the total person. So we try to hit on those subjects every day, on our website and on social media.
And what's the importance to you of all the other areas outside of just physical? Because a lot of people think of fitness and they only consider like their physical body and muscles
Mhm.
and things like that. So what's the importance of all the other aspects that go into health and wellness?
Mhm. Like I said, it kind of, completes the whole person. They all are joined together. If you don't eat well, then you might have some challenges in your mental health. If you don't get rest, then you're gonna it's gonna be harder to think. Your brain functions is not gonna be optimal. So they're all connected. Exercise, of course, has scientifically been proven to increase your ability to think. Um, all of those good things that had to do with mental health. Exercise really boosts all those things. It boosts your immunity. So they're all connected, and so that's why we kind of wanted to touch on each of those things to address the whole person and not just, like you said, just the physical part.
And another part that I got off of your like about me page on the Black and Fit website was that you kind of had lost your way on your fitness journey and had to restart. This isn't
Mhm.
something that's easy for a lot of people. A lot of people don't even get up to go to the gym every day, let alone get back into the gym.
Right,
So,
right.
what was the thing that got you back up on the horse once you
Mhm.
decided you wanted to restart?
Um, I probably would say having children, just wanting to be my best self, my best, healthiest self for them. And I knew that without me focusing on my health, physical, mental, all of that, then I wouldn't be good for anyone. My children, my partner, any of that. So really, my children were my inspiration for getting back on.
So, what's your favorite part about running Black and Fit?
Mm, huh. I would probably say just being able to inspire others. Even just, checking out the latest trends and trying to figure out how to communicate that to the Black community, and make it fit. I love looking at what's going on new in as far as nutrition goes, the supplements. I just love learning, continuing to learn about the fitness and health industry, and being able to share that with people really, really makes me happy.
And kind of going back to what you said, during the pandemic, there was a little bit more of a rise in people realizing that they need to take better care of themselves.
Mhm.
So, what do you feel about all the various workouts and things that are on social media and what works and what doesn't? How do you feel about all those different things?
I think it's good to have variety out there. Of course, I would say, there's different levels of fitness, but there's something for everyone out there. Um, like I said, like you said, that during the pandemic, before the pandemic, I would go running at this particular park in my city. And a lot of times I was the only one on the track. I could be out there for 2 hours and I'm the only African American out there. But after the pandemic, I started seeing more of us out there just walking, partnering up, just walking, running, skating. And so I was really happy to see that, Black people in particular were saying, oh, this is really something. I need to get myself together, get my health and wellness in order. Um, yeah, so that really made me happy to see the other Black people out there. But like I said, there's something out there for everyone, um, even if you're just getting out and walking. I think that's a really good start.
And this is kind of a two-part question. So, the
Mhm.
first part of it that I want to ask is what has been like the response since you started this and since people realize that they're kind of being more catered to? How have people responded to you in Black and Fit? And
Mhm.
then the second part of that question would be like how has it grown since
Mhm.
you've started?
Mhm. I would say I've been getting really good response. I have people reach out to me on social media and want to do, profiles on exactly what Black and Fit is, and they see the importance of it. And I'm glad other people see that it's really important to have these resources online for African Americans. It's grown exponentially. Like I said, I started in 2019. We're in this daily newsletter, and we're able to share content on our newsletter. Of course, we're on social media, we're growing slowly there. But we also have a newsletter. Like I said, the website we've been populating since 2019 every day. So there's plenty of content out there for people to see and share. And so I'm really happy with the growth, and looking forward to this year being even more, having even more growth.
And what are some challenges and successes that you've seen since you've gotten started?
As far as challenges go, um, I would probably say getting people to think in a not so traditional way. We're used to, certain things that we do. We're used to certain foods that we eat. Just historically, especially, during the holidays, it's kind of hard to get people to kind of try, variations on the traditional the meals. Like, let's try something vegan. Let's try the vegan mac and cheese, or, how about we just do vegetables and no meat, and it's kind of hard to get people to try it. But it's getting better. People are getting more and more open to it. There's so many more options, compared to when I first, decided to go vegetarian and vegan. There was really nothing out there. There weren't very many restaurants. Now you can go online, cook the stuff at your home, at your own home, and it's just as good as, the traditional meals. So that's probably been the biggest challenge as far as the successes go. Like I was saying, just be able to reach as many African Americans as I have been able to has been really fulfilling.
And what are some misconceptions about fitness that you're trying to kind of debunk with your work and putting yourself out there?
Hmm. That that Black people can work out, especially Black women. I really focus more on Black women because, we're the anchors of our families, and so, um, it's still a little difficult. It's getting better, but as far as, working out, we hear a lot of reasons why we can't work out. We're too busy, my hair is gonna get messed up, all of that. And so, I mean, and I've even had that particular challenge, years ago when my hair was not natural. But I made a decision. Do I, keep my hair straight? Do I keep my hair not natural and not work out? Like, which one is going to be better for me long term? And so just making that commitment to my health, as opposed to, any of the other physical challenges as far as the hair goes. um yes, that's what I've had to deal with. That's a challenge. But I think more and more Black women, as we embrace our natural hair, we see that it is possible to, keep up a good workout regimen, and, look good outside and feel good on the inside.
Do you have any plans of, if not already, like expanding your presence beside online? So like in-person camps or anything
Mhm.
like that? And if so, can you tell me about it?
Right, right. I'm really excited, because I really want to get back into, or really, really want to get into doing in person, like you said, boot camps. I would love to do, multi-city health expo, geared to, of course, toward African Americans once everything, gets back to normal. I would love to do that, even have, virtual workouts on the website. Um, it's so many things I want to do. I like to start a podcast. Um, recently actually started a new series called Health in Black, whereas it's a little more serious than the content that we have on Black and Fit. We have workouts, we have recipes, but I really want to tackle those issues like racial trauma, as it deals with mental health. I want to talk about food deserts in Black communities and really try to provide some solutions on fixing those things that are affecting the Black community. And so I just started that particular series called Health in Black. It's on our YouTube channel. And so I'll be talking to experts, in those particular areas and trying to come up with some solutions for that. So I'm really excited. Hopefully one day maybe get some subscription boxes. We already have, a line of merchandise, Black and Fit merchandise online, but I would love to expand even that. So lots of things in the works. I'm really excited about.
How would you say that Black and Fit is comparable to some of the larger workout programs that maybe aren't as intimate, like Camp Gladiator, for example? Like, how would you say that what you're doing differs from them?
As far as content goes, it's going to be geared more toward addressing those elements that the Black community suffers more from. As far as like content, for example, we deal with diabetes, and so we have a lot of content on recipes to lower your blood sugar, alternatives to sugar, those types of things that you can, those kind of resources that are on the website. As far as workouts go, diabetes affects circulation, and so we might have some we might have a yoga workout to deal with stiffness or stiff joints or get your circulation going. So I really try to hone that content and have it focus around, like I said, those elements that African Americans deal with more regularly.
And what advice do you want to give to people who aren't sure how to start or where to start, or maybe not even have the confidence to start bettering themselves in any way, mentally, physically, all those?
I would say, like you said, it starts mentally. I think it starts with what you value most. Do you want to be here long? You want to live a little bit longer for your kids or for your spouse or for your grandkids? It really starts with your mental health. And then once you've made up in your mind that you want to make changes, just start simply, even if it's just drinking more water, going for a walk, 10 minutes a day. Just start doing something and just start moving and continue to go. I mean, of course, there will be days when you don't feel like it, but that's back again to that main question. What am I doing this for? Get it in your mind exactly what your purpose is and changing your life, and then moving forward.
And what do you want readers to take away from you, from Black and Fit, whenever they do read this story?
Well, I want them to know that it's definitely possible. Like I said, healthcare starts at home, and so I think that it's great that we take some responsibility with our health. Embracing a healthy lifestyle is not easy, but it's definitely doable. And as COVID and the pandemic has shown us, it's definitely necessary for us to take our health into our own hands. And so that's mainly what I would love them to take away. I am a mother. I do have a full-time job, but Black and Fit is my passion. I've been doing, living this healthy lifestyle for almost 48 years now. And so it's definitely possible. Like I said, I think I've always had that love of health and wellness. And I'm glad to be able to share, my experiences and what I know with the African American community.
Thank you for listening. Continue to listen and support our journalism at WeINSPIRE and support our journalism. Hit us up on all our social media for daily inspiration. Hit us up on all our social media for daily inspiration. Nothing but the good news.